Senate Committee on Indigenous Peoples released its report on Thursday morning in Ottawa. Senator Brian Francis is the chair of the committee. He says Indigenous people need a human rights regime that is more responsive to the needs of Indigenous people.
An Indigenous ombudsperson and human rights tribunal grounded in Indigenous knowledge, practices, and traditions, such as mediation and other forms of dispute resolution, would be better suited to bring justice to people and communities where it has been in short supply.
Senator David Arnott also says the Canadian Human Rights Commission and Tribunal in their current forms make it difficult for Indigenous people to pursue their rights due to high legal costs.
As a result, many would-be litigants can find themselves unable to make a complaint unless they have considerable means or can find counsel willing to do so for pro bono work.
In the past, organizations like the Assembly of First Nations have said Indigenous rights must be primarily defended by their elected governments and not by bodies like the Tribunal. But Senator Michelle Odette says there needs to be a balance where grassroots people can have their voices heard.
If we had a national inquiry, it's because grassroots people stood up and supported by many chiefs in Canada. So the balance is very important, that we have also a space, safe space, where the people have a say in those structure.
First Nations Child and Family Caring Society Executive Director Cindy Blackstock says she supports the report and its recommendations, but that an Indigenous ombudsperson and tribunal must have at least the powers of the CHRT and probably more.
You need to have real teeth in those orders to be able to force change. Because even when governments make statements that they want things like Jordan's Principle to be implemented, which was a Truth and Reconciliation Commission's top call to action, sometimes that doesn't actually manifest on the ground. And despite, you're wanting to feel like when they know there's a problem, they'll fix it, that doesn't always happen.
APTN News reached out to Crown Indigenous Relations Minister Gary Anasandagri for a comment. In an emailed response, his office says it welcomes the report and will be reviewing accordingly. Fraser Needham, APTN National News, Ottawa.